Hey guys, today I thought I'd just sit down and do a little haul video. I have some brand new makeup to share with you from Sephora and Ulta and also some drugstore makeup. And I have to say quite a bit of this is more fall inspired, so it's really starting to get me in the mood. I know it's still August, it's still summer for another month, but I happen to love the fall. I live in New England and I think personally the fall is the most beautiful time of the year here. So let's go ahead and just jump in. I'll start with what I got from Sephora. So the first product is this new primer from Cali Ray. This is called the So Blown Blurring Collagen Peptide Primer. So I bought this solely on the reviews. When I saw the reviews on the Sephora website, everybody was just completely raving about it, saying that it has the most smoothing, airbrushing effect out of any primer they've ever tried. And of course, that's right up my alley. And while this is not cheap at $36, I have to say it is a contender for the most smoothing primer that I've ever tried. I still don't think it beats my L'Oreal Studio Secrets that I love, but it has a very, very similar effect. And the texture is a little bit smoother. The L'Oreal comes in a little pot. It's kind of like a putty texture, and I know a lot of people don't like how thick it is. This one is more of like a really thin, almost lotion-like consistency. So it feels really nice and silky going on, but it just completely airbrushes away pores, fine lines. It is amazing. I would say it's very similar to the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas, but at $36, it's way less expensive. I want to say the Tatcha is like $52, so that one is really up there. And while this one is not inexpensive, I think it does the exact same thing as the Tatcha for a lot less money. It also smells like a creamsicle, which is a huge bonus. Let me just show you guys quickly a before and after shot of my cheek where I have the most visible pores. And you'll see in the before, you could definitely see the pores right there. Then in the after, I feel like this did such an incredible job. They're not completely gone, but they are so minimized. And this makes your skin so smooth that foundation just completely glides across it so easily. And I almost feel like I don't have to use as much foundation. So I was really, really impressed by this one. Also, I wanted to talk about the new Love Fest palette from Huda Beauty. You guys know I love Huda's formula. It's one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas, and I just thought this palette was so gorgeous. It kind of reminds me of a smaller version of her Naughty Nudes palette, and I'll show you guys a comparison between the two in a second, but that is one of my absolute favorite palettes from her, so I love that this is kind of like a little version, and I also really love the combination of those peachy orangey colors with purple. Usually you see purple in more cool tone palettes or paired with pinks, and I just feel like the combo is very unexpected. Not to mention her formula is just perfection. The mattes are just some of the smoothest mattes, so easy to blend, and the shimmer shades are really rich and vibrant, and they just really pop on your eyes, which I absolutely love. I'm wearing this palette on my eyes today, and like I said, I just really love this combination of colors. So I started with this peachy shade in my crease, then I kind of deepened it with this one down here, just a little bit more toward the outer corner. Then I applied this purple shade in the middle on my inner lid, and then this lighter one sort of in the middle of my lid. So that's just how I got the eye look. So yeah, this is just a stunning palette, puts me in the mood for fall. Let me show you this quickly next to the Naughty Nude palette. I don't feel like they're exactly the same. Naughty Nude has a lot of really rosy tone shades going on as well, but I did find similar vibes going on though. So you'll have to kind of decide whether you think it's worth it to get this one, or if it's not, if you already have Naughty Nudes, but I could definitely see myself using this one a lot in the fall time. And speaking of Huda Beauty, I don't normally talk about fragrance on my channel, but I wanted to mention this because I was so surprised by this. This is the new fragrance from Kayali, and that is Huda Beauty's fragrance line, and it's called Burning Cherry. It's part of the Love Fest collection, and when I first got this in PR, I thought the packaging was gorgeous, but I'm like, I don't see myself wearing a cherry fragrance. That's not normally what I go for, and Burning Cherry, I just couldn't really imagine what that would smell like. I know a lot of the reviews online are saying that it's a dupe for Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. I haven't smelled that one, so I'm not really 100% sure on that, but this is supposed to have cherry and raspberry in the top notes, which you definitely smell when you first spritz this on. You kind of get like this cherry cordial type scent, but on me, this quickly dries down into more of a smoky, woody fragrance, which I was not expecting at all. I'm wearing it now, and it is just like the coziest, warmest, perfect fall scent. I saw a review on the Sephora website that I wanted to read to you because this is pretty much exactly how I feel about it. They said, this scent is really sexy in my opinion. It's deep with a little spice and sweetness on the back end. The cherry and the whole perfume makes me feel like I should be studying at Hogwarts in a small study surrounded by leather-bound books in a cozy sweater. That is exactly the sense that I get. I feel like it has kind of that study with the leather-bound books and chairs and a fireplace roaring type of a feel to it. And honestly, about 2 minutes after spraying it, I hardly even smell the cherry anymore. It's still barely there, but I mostly get that smokiness from it, and it just smells so good. So if you love a really warm and cozy scent that isn't super strong and headache inducing, I feel like this is a little bit more on the subtle side, which is another reason that I love it. I'm pretty sensitive to fragrance, and I often can't wear things that are too strong or too floral or powdery, and this doesn't really have any of that. It does have floral notes in the middle, but I don't really smell them. I get the cherry and the raspberry at the beginning, and then it just kind of goes right into that smoky warmness. So it's a beautiful fragrance. Definitely check it out, read some of the reviews, and check out some of the notes on the Sephora website. I think it's just beautiful. Definitely surprised me. Moving on to a few things that I got at Ulta. I actually have one skincare product, and this is from Kopari. It's their Moisture Whipped Ceramide Cream. So as we're heading into the fall, I've been looking for things that are really hydrating for my very, very dry skin. And this just sounded amazing because it's supposed to strengthen your skin's barrier, and it claims to lock in hydration for 72 hours. It has plant-derived ceramides, it has hyaluronic acid, it also has vegan desert milk, which is derived from seed oil from the baobab tree, and it has whipped coconut milk as well. It doesn't have a fragrance to it, which is great, but I just love the feeling of this on my skin. I've been wearing it even though it's still like 90 degrees here. I put this on at night and my skin is just so hydrated even the next day. I feel like a lot of moisturizers that I put on at night tend to kind of evaporate over the course of the night, and in the morning my skin sort of feels a little bit dry again, especially because we have the AC running in here constantly. So what I often do is I apply an oil on top of my moisturizer just to lock everything in. And because this had the 72-hour moisture claim, I just decided to try this without putting the oil on top, and I have to say in the morning my skin still felt so healthy and dewy. So I've really, really been loving this. I just wanted to mention this as well. So also from Ulta, I picked up another shade of the NYX Wonder Stick, this double-ended blush. You guys know I've been loving the first one that I got, which was the baby pink and light peach shade. So this one is actually bright amber and fuchsia. So this one's a little bit deeper. I have to be more careful applying this one because it is very pigmented, but I thought that these colors would be so perfect for fall. And there are a couple things I really love about these. Number one is the formula. It has that really powdery dry down, so they don't feel sticky on your cheeks. They dry down instantly into a powder finish. They're also very easy to blend out, and I just love the stick format. It just makes it so easy. I just kind of dot it on and then use a brush and swirl it in, and I'm good. I also love how long lasting these are. These stay put on me all day, and I just love that you have two shades in one here. You can use them individually, you can mix them together. On the package it says to apply the lighter shade on the upper cheekbone and then the deeper shade underneath and just kind of blend together. So you really kind of get three colors because you can mix the two together to make a unique shade or use them on their own. So I just love this, and I thought this one was a perfect fall combo. Next up, I don't think this is necessarily new. I think it came out maybe a couple months ago, but I got a new lifter gloss shade called Rust, and it's what I'm wearing in the video today. This lip gloss is so pigmented. I couldn't believe how dark it actually showed up on my lips, and I've had this on now for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it basically is just leaving a stain behind. I've been drinking, I have a Diet Coke in front of me, and still the color is kind of hanging on. I feel like the shine is worn away a little bit, but this shade is just kind of crazy in how long it's actually holding on. So I just wanted to mention this quick. I know a lot of you really love the lifter glosses like I do, and I just thought this was such a perfect shade heading into the fall time. Another product I got from Ulta is the Revolution Soap Brow. Actually, I think this one is the Soap Styler Plus, so this actually has some color to it. This is the brown shade, so it has the soap here, and then it actually comes with a little brush too, which I really, really like because I have the Anastasia Brow Freeze, and that one, it does come with a brush, but it doesn't store in the product itself. It's separate. I've also been using the Got To Be brow gel, which works amazingly, but still I've had this on my list to try. I've always wanted to try soap brows. So what you have to do, in case you're not familiar with it, is you wet the applicator and then kind of activate it in the soap, kind of wet the soap, and then just comb your brows straight up. And this holds your brows all day. It really has incredible hold. And I don't feel like the color really tints my brows as much as I think it just keeps the soap from looking whitish. But I put this on, it felt sticky for just like a short amount of time, and now my brows are just completely locked into place for the rest of the day. And I love it because I have brow hairs that naturally grow downward, and I always want to brush them up, and I feel like most brow gels don't hold them up long enough, and this is one that will keep them in place the entire day. Very similar to the Anastasia Brow Freeze or the Got To Be gel. It's just one more product like those that's really similar. And last but not least, I have some palettes to show you. The first one is from LA Girl. I showed the other two palettes in this line in a video a couple weeks ago. There was a pastel version and a jewels version. This one is the Pro Neutral. So this has such a good fall color story. It's got a lot of warm tones in it, but it also has some rosy tones, which I feel like this combination is so pretty. I wasn't expecting the rosier colors, but I love it because I don't always want just a palette of all orange and peachy and brown shades. You want a little bit of something different too, and I feel like this definitely gives you that. Plus, LA Girl, to me, has one of the best formulas at the drugstore. The mattes are just so smooth and they're not super powdery. And the shimmer shades in these palettes as well, I find them to be less crumbly than their other palettes that are more like the square shape. With those, I feel like the shimmer shades just kind of crumble everywhere, but these don't have the same kind of fallout. So I just thought this palette was gorgeous. If you're into neutral shades and rosy tones, I think you guys will really enjoy this one a lot, and it's affordable as well. I also got 3 new palettes from C Color Cosmetics that I wanted to share with you as well. I know you guys always ask me about C Color and when are they coming out with new stuff. So the first one is called Make a Wish, and this one, it took me a second to realize what they were duping, but this one is definitely duping Kylie Cosmetics birthday palette. I think it was called 24 Karat. It looks so similar to that. You have 24 shades in here. You got warm tones, you have some gold, some pinks. It's just a really pretty one, and again, great for fall. And I know some of you guys are not big fans of Kylie in general or any of the Kardashians, so if you wanted something similar but don't really want to support them, this is a good one to try. I feel like C Color has a really, really good formula. The next palette's called Sublime, and this one, again, I'm not really sure what it's duping. At first, I thought it was a dupe for Laura Lee's Candy Skies palette. I feel like it looks similar, but when I really compared the two side by side, I don't have that one, but I was just looking at photos online. I don't think they're exact. I think there's definitely some different shades going on. I just thought that the packaging looked close and also some of the colors, but it's also possible that this isn't a dupe at all because C Color has been doing their own thing lately and coming up with their own color stories, so it could just be that. But if you guys see what this is duping, if it is, let me know. I think this is such a beautiful palette. To me, it looks a little bit more like a spring release, but really you don't have to wait for a specific season to wear a palette if you don't want to. I tend to do that just because of usually the clothes that I'm wearing in the fall are a little bit deeper in color, so I tend to go for those deeper shades on my eyes, whereas in the summertime I tend to wear lighter colors, but obviously there's no rules when it comes to makeup. So I thought that one looked really, really pretty. And then the last one that they have is Peaches and Cream. So this one, again, I'm really not sure what this is supposed to be a dupe for, if anything. You guys will have to let me know, but this is a very, very peachy palette. You have all the peach shades. You do have the one pop of yellow in here. You also have some pinks as well, a couple of gold shades, but for the most part, this one just screams peach. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love it. I love wearing peach tones, so I thought this one was so pretty. And as always, C Color's palettes are so affordable. I do have a coupon code with them as well, so I'll leave that linked down in the description box. But yeah, it's always exciting when they come out with new palettes. I love seeing what they're doing. So anyway, guys, that's all the new stuff I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And also thank you so much for sitting down and watching this video. I really appreciate you spending part of your day here with me. I'd love to hear your thoughts on any of the products I talked about today. I love hearing from you guys and chatting with you in the comments. Thanks again so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.